gonna jump off of here for a little bit. I'll be back.
Okie doke. Let me know when you're in Vulcan.
I'm in.
See me working on slanty parts of the ship? Yes.
Yep.
Alright, do you see it? I flew out so you can get a broad view.
He's big.
And I got
I've seen people do some
gun
pretty
port here,
yeah.
gun port here, gun ports here and here.
Started buffering. There we go.
Yeah, I was about to say, give it a moment.
But I've seen pretty crazy shit with this game. Someone actually built a 2-scale Death Star.
I plan on building a 2-scale Imperator Dreadnought, aka Angron ship. All this stuff up to now has just been practice for then.
That build is gonna.
Don't care. You know how I am with sandbox games, Vulcan. I will put in the work. I just wish Ark wasn't so shitty, because that base I had on the center map on the floating island was fucking epic.
The big issue to Ark's problems is that it's very, 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 very poorly optimized game.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I watch people that have like more than optimal spec game,
Like me.
and it will still run like this.
I'm a perfect recommendation and minimum and overshoot on graphics, RAM, and processor, and I still have the issue where shit fails to render in. I still have the issue where shit gets buggy and glitchy. Commands don't want to work.
According to Sean, the game was actually so rough on the Switch that it was breaking people.
Isn't that what happened on Xbox as well when it first released? For like the first few sets of updates.
Yeah. The only difference is Switch wasn't tolerating it for long and they took it off.
Mm-hmm.
Energy low.
The thing I like with, honestly, I think this is where Capcom was trying to go. It's like, we're gonna make our own Dark Souls. My thoughts are correct.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay. This is really quiet. Hello.
Hi, hello. A lot of it with the items and stuff. You can actually make certain balls. most of the classes, they are associated to like a couple different sets, depending on what weapon determined. Most classes have access to a range of like if you weapon. Certain ones have a few more. Like, the warrior actually has no range. Weapons they can use are, they can only use the greats, so they can sack attacks, smoke light, short. Ranger gets access to thick dagger, long bow. I remember when I first played this though, oh my god. Like, Frost can even attest to this when I first started playing.
I found a rock! That game?
That was like, I was like, I found a rock! I found another rock, I'm gonna find all the rocks! Because I found out that there was a lot of useful stuff that you could combine with a rock and a rock. So I was getting excited over a rock, and I was like, I don't have any more rocks, I need to find more rocks. I went crazy over rocks. Oh, look, fuck off. Oh, God. Fuck. Which for some monster break parts off. Yeah. But it depends on what the those cloaked lizard dudes I just fought. You cut tails on it. Dead. Well, if you fight the like they're not too hard to with, but they're still mostly because of what they do. One, they have a song they can play that can put your character on, and the other thing is they can actually grab somebody up in the air and they will carry them really high up in the air so they can drop them on. Try to. There we go. Cut the bastard's tail. Oh god, that was another thing I forgot. You can actually pick up body, and you can pick up bodies if they're just small enough, and you can run around with them. You can throw them, and stuff like that. Like there was one time I was fighting one of these saurians. I didn't know how to deal with them properly. So what I was doing is I was running at him, and I would just pick him up onto my shoulder and throw him at other people. I'd pick up a lizard dude, throw him at another lizard dude. So I was beating a motherfucker with another motherfucker. Oh. That's because the very first time I ran into them, they were kicking my ass. That's because those bastards have like speed fucking fast and climb walls and go invisible. And like, I didn't know you could cut their tail off. Everything else. And like, I think it's like if you cut their tail off, for some reason it makes them a little bit more susceptible to damage. Or it takes a good chunk of that out of it. Well, actually, you can set it on top of it. You can set it on top of it. Because, like, my pillow there, if it sits, she'll, like, lay on top of it. Oh, yeah, there's nothing like she's going to do to it in any other way. So, it's fine. Well, I'm going to move this. I know. I mean, granted, I should. So it won't anymore, but that shit hurt last. Macking your foot against that thing. Oh.
Energy low.
I still need to sit down and get somebody to teach me, but I gotta get my actual license off mine. I gotta get the permit. But I gotta. I'm still fucking aggravated that whenever I went to do my test, they bullshitted me with a bunch of shit that wasn't even associated with my fucking license.
He's trying to get his time.
They're throwing questions at him that he shouldn't even be associated to him.
He got to the question part one time. They had like a power problem.
Energy critical.
So he had to take a test on it. When he went back, they now they're giving him problems saying he was a terrorist or something. Like he's not part of the sector.
Oh god.
He's got his birth certificate and all this other shit. I'm just thinking to myself, man, whenever I got mine, it wasn't this hard. I went in with all my stuff.
I mean, remember all the bullshit I had to go through when we were trying to get my shit set up, and then I fucking failed the test because it threw half-baked curveballs at me that weren't even associated with my fucking license.
Sorry, Carmel. Yeah, like, that's where I started thinking about that. I was like, man, it's like, it was so much easier. Look, get it. You want me to go faster, but I'm not. See, look around here, 30.
Like, I get it's a good idea to know, like, what absolutely fucking everything means, but Jesus, why the fuck are you gonna throw me, like, 7 different fucking questions, like, 7 different fucking questions that are all associated to a class of license that I'm not going?
No energy.
Yeah,
Like, I'm not going to get a license to drive an 18-wheeler. And yeah, you asked me like 7 different fucking questions that all associate to a goddamn 8.
If I would have known this, I would have taken the opposite way. Come on, people. God damn it, come on. What the fuck, man?
You have only a billion world to fucking move right now.
The things I don't miss about driving.
PC alive. Hatred.
Yes, unleash the inner coordinate.
This is how you dig a turn.
That's the last place I need to be releasing the inner coordinate is on the road.
Mostly because then next thing you know, there will be so much blood on the street.
Blood, wreckage, fire. I'm about to come in and do the vacuuming. I'm sorry I got distracted. Yeah, the time got away from me. I'll be in a moment. Okie doke, have fun, drive safe.
I didn't have to. I would not.
Oh, that reminds me.
Temper on me.
Did I tell you about the assumption that Frankie threw about me behind my back?
Oh.
So during this entire thing, we've been trying to get like a vehicle that'll be able to that's got like a lift and stuff, and then the fucking motorized chair and stuff. There was a point where we managed to find that he can get for about $2,000. He gave Phil the check and everything. He was making the assumption that once I got my license, I would start driving my friends around with the van.
Can you hear me right now, Sean?
I kind of can.
To give you a little more context into the situation, it wasn't just that, it was more so the assumption that he was going to be taking the van all the time, every time, never allowing the rest of the family to have a moment to use it, just to ferry and taxi people around.
Mm-hmm. Well, he was he was sitting there automatically assuming that I'm just gonna play taxi service for my fucking friend.
Doesn't it look like I need you to cut me out?
That's the thing. Like this, I didn't bother saying anything mostly because I try to avoid fucking. Yeah, even though I want it so bad to go down there and go, you know fucking what? You know fucking what? You can sit there and you can just enjoy the vehicle by your own goddamn self, mister. Hey, look, whenever you manage to get your license, we can actually go out and do things. It's like, man wants me to be his own fucking taxi service anyways.
Yeah.
And besides, every single one of my fucking friends prefer to drive their own damn self.
My own fucking car.
Like-
You can see.
Like, hell, Bobby's even said it himself. He doesn't even really like other people driving for him.
That's how I am. When I
Like-
have the ability to drive, I prefer to be the one driving. Because at least then if I fuck up, then I know my life's in my hands. And it's not someone else's fault.
Exactly. That's my reasoning right there.
Because, like, so far, I think there's only 3 people in this entire, 3 or 4 people in this entire world that Bobby trusts to drive other than him. That's you, Garrett, and I think Tim.
Tim not so much anymore.
Probably not. Then again, Bobby hasn't really associated much with Tim in a while since that fiasco Tim had with... Where, where something happened and Tim ended up, removing Bobby, practically fucking everything. That was also during Tim's
crazy ass escapades with Smite and Overwatch too.
You doing better now, or how do you feel?
We haven't heard anything from him in ages. Like, I don't even know what's going on.
The most I know is that's different.
Mm-hmm.
One day his name popped up on our thing, and he saw girl, and her some wine. That's like all. My name
I don't know anybody that really has.
Like after I found out when this Bobby else was coming,
Yeah, I don't think really anybody's wanted to talk to Tim after what he told us about it.
and it's not because of Bobby. Like that's the point of number two. When he's not gonna just after all the shit I've been through with him, he's not gonna do that. I'll knock his ass out.
Like it. We're actually about to go into a restaurant real quick. I'll come back in a chat in a little while.
Just making my ship, I'm making my ship. Dun 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 dun. Making my ship, I'm making my ship. Dun, 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 dun. Ship, 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 ship. Making my ship, making my ship. Ship, 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 ship.